No, I'm not. We've known each other since we were kids. Is it John?
Oh, of course not. With John and me, it's better than ever.
Well, what then, Wilma? There's something the matter. I just know it. Wilma, what is it? What, do you think the house is unsafe?
No. Please, Mary. There's nothing. There's nothing the matter. Please, forget it.
All right. I'm sorry.
A cigarette?
No, giving them up for this week anyway. Want a brandy?
Never been known to refuse. Thank you. Do you want to tell me about it?
Well, what?
Well, trouble.
You mean with Wilma?
Yes, that's what I mean. I've never seen her so uptight, so tense. Oh, she was doing her best to hide it, but she wasn't hiding it.
I know.
Is it something you can talk about to an old buddy?
Sure, Bob. Except I don't know what to say. I don't know what it is myself. As you know, she's wanted to live here in this house since she was a kid. So, ever since we've been here, there's been something wrong. Not with the house itself. She isn't even worried about that shivering thing we mentioned earlier. It's the trains.
The trains?
The trains that pass. There's something about them that seems to scare her. She has nightmares, too, every night. I know she does. And I'm sure it's the trains that start them off. I've been lying awake watching her sleeping peacefully. Then I felt the house begin to shake, as it does. And before the train is even audible, Wilma begins to toss and turn and cry out in her sleep. She knows it's coming, and she's terrified. I don't know whether it's the train itself she's frightened of, or whether it's the thing, whatever it is, that it makes her dream about. Because she'll never talk about it. I don't know if she even knows herself. But she tosses and screams. When I wake her, all she says is that she was having a bad dream. Bob, I wish I could tell you what the matter is. The only trouble is that I don't know myself. But I will tell you one thing. I'm getting scared. More scared in a strange way than I think I've ever been in my life.
What? I can't see you.
Wilma?
Who are you?
Don't be silly, Wilma. Stop playing games. I'm Emily.
Emily?
Emily Martha O'Brien.
Where did you come from, Emily?
From my room. Where else do you think?
Your room?
Yes, my silly old room. Now come on, Wilma. Let's go and play.
But who are you?
Oh, Wilma, stop it. I'm your sister, Emily. You're always pretending silly things. You're always leaving me alone. Just because I'm littler, you don't care about me.
Emily, Emily, that's not true. It's just, I
Come
don't...
on, Wilma. You're back now. I've waited so long for you to come back. Let's go play. Let's go down by the railroad tracks.
The railroad.
Yes. But you won't leave me alone like last time. Promise?
Emily, please.
Come on, Wilma. Let's go down to the tracks.
No.
Wilma, don't be a meanie. You know how I love to watch the trains.
No.
I want to go watch the trains. I want to go down to the tracks. Take me, Wilma. Take me.
No. Get away. Get away. I don't know you.
I'm Emily. Stop it, Wilma. I'm your sister, Emily.
I said I don't know you. Now, we never played together. We never went down to the tracks. Do you hear me? Never.
Wilma. Wilma, I want you.
No. 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 No.
Wilma, wake up, honey. Wake up. Wake up now.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm Wilma Cox.
Of course, I remember. This is Farah's granddaughter. Your mother was just talking about you when she was visiting yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Your grandmother will be so happy to see you. I don't know whether she's in her room or in the sun porch. Just a minute.
Thank you. The old girl's on her last legs. We better not bother her too much.
I know, but the name O'Brien was in our family somewhere. Now, I have to know if there was someone called Emily.
Wilma, dear, why wouldn't you tell me about your dream before this?
Darling, it was never clear enough. It was just the trains and fear. I don't know. It really wasn't until last night that Emily came into it.
Well, you talk as if she were a real person.
I can't help it. Even though she was just in a dream, I have the weirdest feeling that...
Your grandmother is in her room. Do you know the way?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, the nicest surprise I've had in a long time. Wilma and John. Well. Oh, you're a handsome couple, my dears.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All we need now is for you to give me a handsome great-grandchild before I die, and I'll be happy. Oh.
Well, we will treat that as an order.
Well, everything in its own time, I suppose.
Grandma, I wonder if you could tell me something about the family.
Yeah? The family? You mean family history?
Well, more or less.
Oh, my memory isn't what it was, dear. But if it's to do with the family, if I ever knew it, it'll come back to me. Yeah. What did you want to know?
Well, this is the first thing. Weren't there O'Briens connected with the family somewhere?
Oh, I should think so. My mother was an O'Brien before she married my father. And my grandfather on that side was an O'Brien from County Cork. He was one of the people who were brought over by that fellow, what's his name, the one that built all the roads and everybody hated. Thomas Talbot, that was him. I said Thomas Talbot.
Grandma, there's something else I wanted to know.
Oh, yes, dear. Never mind me rambling on.
I wanted to know about Emily.
Emily?
Yes. Emily O'Brien.
Emily O'Brien.
Was there ever such a person in our family?
Emily.
What is it, Grandma?
Maybe we should forget it, honey.
No, it's all right. Grandma, do you know anyone called Emily O'Brien?
Yes, dear, I do. But I don't know how on earth you could.
What do you mean?
Emily O'Brien was the name of my mother's sister. She died when she was very young. Oh, over 100 years ago.
What did she die of?
Well, that's one thing I don't know. My mama would never talk about it. All I know is that the child must have been 6 or 7 when she died, and that the family moved out of the house the very next day. And why they did that, I don't know either. I tried to talk to my mama about it once or twice when I was young, but I was always told that the matter was not to be discussed. And in my day, that was enough. Yes, but I was sad all the same because I didn't have any uncles or aunts, and I would have loved to have known more about the aunt I almost had. Yeah. But there it was. Wilma, there's something I don't understand.
What's that?
By the time I grew up and married, I'd practically forgotten all about Emily. I never once mentioned it to your mother. And there's no one else in the family who could know about her but me. And I've never mentioned it to you, have I?
No, you haven't.
Then how is it that you know about her?
I think we ought to be going.
Oh, no, not yet, you oughtn't. Yeah, you sit down, young man. Wilma, you haven't answered my question.
I know.
How do you know about Emily?
I've started to dream about her.
Oh, I see. Dreaming you've been doing, is it?
And it's been coming on ever since we moved into our new house.
Ah.
Grandma, you know that street where we're living now?
Uh-huh.
Could your mother have lived there when she was little? Before
Emily died? Yeah, it's possible. My mother's papa worked on the railroad, and they did live somewhere around there, so now you're dreaming about someone you never even heard of. But someone who existed.
I know it sounds crazy.
Oh, my dear, when you get to my age, a lot of things don't sound nearly so crazy as they used to. My mama, Emily's sister, was called Wilma, too, you know. Yeah, you were named for her.
I know.
Oh, yes. You'll find that if your head doesn't turn into a lump of cabbage, the older you get, the more things you find that seemed impossible, that just go ahead and happen. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I believe in ghosts, but then I wouldn't say I don't. But who says it's impossible that a little girl who only had 7 years of life might still have a few words saved up to say to someone who would listen? Even if, to do it, she had to wait 100 years.
Where am I?
Oh, Wilma, you are silly. You know where we are.
No. Can't see properly.